Hello, welcome to another episode of the Club World Cup journey. This is the final game week for Group E. Now, going into this group week, it was going to be very difficult, really, to decide what three teams were meant to go through. Obviously, there were three teams vying for the top two spots. Two of them were facing each other in Inter Milan and River Plate, and then Monterrey, the other team that had the chance to get through, was playing the Uriah Red Diamonds. Now we'll speak about Monterrey first, because I think this has been the shock team in terms of getting through. I think no one gave them a chance, but I would say this about their game: banger after banger after banger. Some of the goals in this game and some of the shots were absolutely crazy. Um, in particular, I'm pretty sure it was the third goal the third goal and the first goal, both shots from outside the box. And even throughout the game, they just let it rip. They let it rip a lot. That sounds funny. But yeah, Montenegro just did everything in their power to win that game, because they knew if they won that game, they would have gone through to the next round, and it would have been easy as you like for them. And that's what they did. And not only did they won in style. A big 4-0 win against the Ural Red Diamonds. Quality goals for the most part as well. And I gotta say, hats off to them. Cause I don't think anyone expected them to get through this group. I think the main two was the other game that we'll be talking about. But for me, I think like not only not only is it good to see a Mexican team like Monterrey get through, but they did it in style, and that's what you really want to see. Really want to see them, like a team like that, do it in style. Now, let's double check who they will have next. Mm, give me one moment. Give me one moment. Club World Cup. Let's see who they have next, because I'm trying to figure out who they have next in the next round, because I think depending on who they have next and what side of the draw they're in, maybe they have a chance. Because defensively they've been solid, I think, Monterrey, throughout the group. And then the last game they showed that they can score goals, and my god, the goals for me were some of the best goals in the tournament. Okay, so they're playing Borussia Dortmund. That's going to be a difficult game, and then they face whoever is the winner of Group H and runner-up of Group G in the next round if they make it through. So they're on the tougher side of the draw, which is unfortunate for them, but at the same time, I think them getting to this next round is more than enough. The first goal was a big hit. I think maybe a better goalkeeper saves it. Second one was another lovely piece of pieces of play, but that third goal, for me, that third goal was up there with goal of the tournament. It was a rocket, an absolute rocket. From It was an absolute rocket. Who was it from again? From Corona. From Corona, rocket from Corona. They score a fourth goal in the 97th minute, but by that point they're already through. In terms of the other game, it was the other game was more feisty than anything. I think it was a very feisty game. It felt like a South American game for the most part. It was very nip and tuck, very nippy. River Plate gets a player sent off in the 66th minute for a bad tackle. Then after that, Inter Milan score their first goal in the 72nd minute. Then in the 93rd minute, they score another. Then Montiel gets his second booking ball offense and gets another red card, and then the game ends in the worst way. With a bit of scuffles, Dumfries running into the tunnel, crowd throwing stuff. I think for what this was built up as the game between the two best teams, it wasn't the greatest of games to watch. It for most part it was very forgettable. It just had a little bit of aggression towards the end, and I feel like River, the River Plate in particular, the reason they probably didn't get through this group is because of their ill discipline for the most part. I think they've had multiple reds throughout the tournament, and for me, I think that's not good enough if you're gonna really go forward and be a team to make it to the next round. And with that, they lost. They're out of the group stage. Um, for a team that was a shock team comes through in Monterrey, deservedly so. Never lost a game, 2 draws and a win. Inter Milan topped the group, and yeah, there's not really much else I can say about this group. Just brilliant performance from Monterrey. Absolutely beautiful goals against the Red Diamonds, and just Inter Milan did what they needed to do after River Plate went down to 10 men. They scored their 2 goals. River Plate then got the second red. It, as I said, it descended into madness, big fights and everything. And as entertaining as that was, it's not what this tournament should be. And I'm kind of happy that River Plate on to the next rounds, because I think they've been a very dirty team for the most part, and I just want to see beautiful football, and that's what Monterrey showed me. They showed me beautiful football. So if they can do the same thing against Dortmund, um, let the shots rip, hit 30 yarders. That's what I want to see. That reminds me of that old school 2000s football, where people weren't afraid to shoot. Because if you ain't afraid to shoot, then you can score. You never know how good the keeper is, if they're gonna make the save, if they're not. And especially with that third goal, I think most keepers around the world wouldn't be able to save that one. For me. So, congratulations to Monterrey. Congratulations to Inter Milan to making it through to the next round. And it'll be interesting to see how Monterrey does against Dortmund. And let me double check who Inter have in the next round. Have Fluminense. Inter have Fluminense. So that's going to be a difficult game for them, I think. But yeah, this has been Group E of the Club World Cup. This has been the Club World Cup journey. Peace, and I'm out.